Hi, I wanted to show you how to make this cord that I came up with by mistake when I was trying to make something else, of course. So I call it the triangle cord because it feels almost triangle to me when I hold it. It has one braid on this side, one braid on top, and one braid on the other side. And the back side of it is not symmetrical because it has that little chevron going on one side and then that series of stitches going on the other side. And there is a slight variation in how it can be made. For this one I used bobbins. I normally don't use them, so it's a tighter fit, but here it's a little bit more square than here. I don't know if you can see the difference on the camera, but when they're one next to the other, this one is more flat and this one is a little bit more square. And I will tell you what that difference is. So for visual purposes, I'm going to be using as contrast of a yarn as I can. And the way I was doing it, I said, well, if I had 3 working threads, I would send one over the left prong, the one right over the right prong, and then I would have one in the middle, and I would go either way and start working. But since I don't, I'm going to pretend that I have it. So I'm going to send the black over my left prong and make my first loop with the yellow. And then the working principle when you have the 3 threads is that you need to work with the color that you don't have on either of your prongs. So in my case right now it's yellow. I'm going to go over my right prong and make my next loop. I'm going to tighten it a little bit. And then now I have to go left because otherwise it's not going to flow. And I'm going to make my next loop. And now again, I'm going to work with the color I don't have on either one of my prongs. I'm going to go here. Tighten the yellow. Now I'm going to switch the color to the black and work over my left prong. If I had 3 working threads, I would pick up the one that I have in the middle from here and I would keep working. So I'm going to pick it up and send it over the yellow. Make my next loop, tighten it, and now change the color to yellow, going to my left prong, my right prong, I'm sorry. Tighten it. The black is going to tighten this loop. I'm going to pick it up and send it over the black, crossing it this way. Make my next loop. Tighten it and change the color, going to the right prong. Make the yellow loop. Tighten it with the yellow. And going over the yellow to my left prong. Tightening it, changing it. Picking it up, going over. Changing the color. So that's another principle that I kind of adopted from working with the 3 threads, that you go from one prong to another, because the cord that I was trying to make casts 2 loops on each horn before you switch, but it doesn't matter. So I go over the yellow, and I keep emphasizing it because that's what makes that difference in how the cord will appear. If you send it under the black, it will produce this cord that is more square. So, but I'm sending it over for a few more stitches and then I will show you the result. Like that, picking it up, going over. It's a little bit loose, but this is what I am getting. It has the braid here, the one on the top, the one on the other side, and it's not symmetrical at the back. Let me know if you know what this cord is called other than a triangle cord, or if you've tried it before, and I hope it helps.